Stephen Willis. Logics, Chris. I've been watching a few of Aaron Smith Levin's videos recently, and one thing in particular about him has made me curious. Aaron is clearly quite a successful guy thanks to his research firm, but this success only came after he was declared. Given Scientology teaches the life of an SP is meant to be a terrible existence mired in chaos, how would Scientologists rationalize Aaron's success when his life should be in pieces? Back when I was a fundamentalist Christian, my church would have rationalized any successful business owned by a major sinner, like a brothel for example, as being assisted by Satan and his dark forces in their crusade against righteousness. Does Scientology have a similar mechanism to explain away success where it shouldn't exist? Yeah, I've talked with Christians about this and people who used to be involved in those kinds of things, but I think there's a difference with Scientology because, you know, there isn't a Satan figure as such in Scientology, some, you know, evil, malevolent force that is constantly, like, you know, preying on man. There's a reactive mind, but it's not really a sentient force. It's sort of personified as this sort of this independent thinking thing that, you know, preys on you, but it's really, you know, just part of you. So I think this is one of the reasons why in the world of Scientology, disconnection is so important. Because when they cut ties to a suppressive person, the Scientologists don't think about those people anymore. They don't look at them, they don't pay attention to them. You'd have to become famous, like, you know, Leah Remini, to even get on a Scientologist radar. In terms of success following, you know, being declared as a suppressive person, right? And of course, the Church of Scientology does nothing but denigrate Leah's success and Leah's status as an actress in order to, you know, convince Scientologists that she's failing miserably and she's, you know, just doing what she's doing in some desperate grab for money and blah, 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 blah. All bullshit, by the way. Leah's doing just fine. But the church has to make statements like that about her to deal with its membership who are going, yeah, what's up with Leah? But somebody like me, for example, I'm doing great, right? I'm very happy with my life and things are moving along at exactly the way they need to be going, right? I could use a few more Patreon supporters, but other than that, hint, hint. But you know, success-wise, I'm doing fine. But Scientologists aren't going to know that because, you know, they can't have anything to do with me. That wall that comes down on disconnection is an impervious wall, right? It's supposed to be. So Scientologists don't really think about or watch or look at ex-Scientologists and go, why are they successful when they shouldn't be? They just put it all out of their head entirely, right? And so, you know, if they let it in, if they let, you know, news of us into their lives, then that's already a sign of disaffection with the church, that they are even looking in our direction or paying any attention to us. And of course, they'll see that we're doing just fine for the most part. And, you know, there are some people who come out of the church who have an extremely rough time and are not successful and get into all kinds of trouble. But there are also, you know, I think there are more of us who get our feet on the ground, figure out what we're doing, get acclimated to the real world, and just kind of get on with our lives and make something of ourselves. And I think I see that more often than not. And so Scientologists just basically don't pay attention to us. And I think that's really more of the strategy with disconnection to deal with that question, okay? In the Christian world, you don't have such a stringent and enforced wall of distance and disconnection that occurs, right? In some places you do, but for the most part, Christians still see and, you know, interact with former members, and so they're more open to that, so they have to come up with some rationalization or justification for why that person left the church and is still doing well. And so you get the whole, well, Satan must be helping them with their lives and stuff, and, you know, this kind of stuff. So anyway, that's sort of my thinking on that in a short answer.